In Super Auto Pets, the Tier 3 units are often seen as the second most important tier in the game. Why is that? Because Tier 1 and 2s, for the most part, are relatively weak, and Tier 3 is where some of the real power players come in, both in terms of scaling and abilities. However, there is one Tier 3 that has been left by the wayside. It has been forgotten about, and that is the Surgeonfish. The Surgeonfish uses trumpets to give health to the pet behind it. That's the basic summary. The problem is, it is so much worse than the other Tier 3s, it is never used. It's rarely used in Golden Pack, and it's never used in Customs. So I wanted to cook up a fun synergy. I thought, what would be a weird, unusual combo I could use with the Surgeonfish? And I settled on the boar. So here's how I wanted it to work. We need a trumpet generating pet at the front. Behind it is the Surgeonfish, which before its attack will give health to the boar behind, helping it to charge up powerfully. I took many runs, but I've settled on this one. I think it is a cracker. Let's jump into it. Oh yes. Welcome to a run that features a Surgeonfish and a boar, as promised. So, let me tell you something right now. I tried this team so many times, building around the Surgeonfish and the boar as like our carry units. And it just isn't strong enough, man. It just isn't. So like, I tried so many different things, man. I tried like elephant seal wide scaling. It just like, you come across snipers or summons and like you summons maybe, but snipers you don't beat. So instead I pivoted and my strategy became incorporate other really strong late tier pets to give myself a fighting chance. So you'll see how it ended up, including an absolutely horrendous misplay on the final round. But it's a RevGT video. You've come to accept that and expect it. I hope you've accepted it anyway. So actually, you see I turned down... Okay, I'm just having this doubt right now. It's called Surgeonfish, right? Yeah, it is. All right. I was wigging out. Anyway, you see I actually turned down the Surgeonfish because I want to buff something. We end up buffing a lizard. And let me tell you something. The lizard is so cracked. I honestly feel like this is like one of the things that needs to be nerfed. It's not really that overused, so it doesn't get talked about as being like a must nerf candidate, at least in my experience. But the lizard is so good, man. You're going to see early round, it just goes absolutely crazy. And ideally, it's going to provide like a path, an avenue for us to be strong enough now, frog swap off it later. And you see it ends up going pretty well. See my lizard? So like, yeah, what was happening a lot was I was trying to build up a Surgeonfish early, but there was no real good trumpet generation until the Nyala or the Highland Cow. And look, I was too lazy. I didn't even put like a Osprey or something in my pack that could potentially benefit it. So I just had this big Surgeonfish and I was getting rolled and I go down to 1 health. And then you need to do a lot of late game pivots for this to work. You need to bring in your boar. You probably want like a tiger or something else that may help. So it just wasn't working. So instead, this is actually great. We've leveled up into Pelican, which will buff our lizard. And like, now the frog has no issue. If you're using Starfish, for example, having a frog on your team this early is a problem, but at the moment it's not. This is a really strong turn 4 team. Really strong. And we handle them like comfortably. The lizard, dude. Sorry, turn 5 team, I should have said. My mistake. Okay, so we're building. And what I want is a turn 7 level into a Nyala. That's like best case scenario. And then now the team starts to make sense, right? Nyala at the front generates trumpets. Surgeonfish behind that turns trumpets into health for the boar. And we're popping off. Look at this. Like it wastes one of the triggers. You'd think we'd be in trouble. No, the lizard basically solos. And this is huge. Turn 7, no health lost. I'm going to have time to pivot later. We take our level. We don't get what we want. And now it gets a bit awkward. So I decided to bring in Polar Bear. Potentially scale something. But what? What do you want to scale? Nothing here. We get pelican. But now this doesn't make sense because the baboon's going to buff the pelican in our team. The polar bear's going to buff the one in the shop. It's kind of clunky. All that matters right now, if I'm being honest, is that we have our frog swap target and we have our frog. Oh, by the way, the lizard is absolutely cracked. Are you seeing this? Madness, man. So in we come. Let's take an avocado for next round. We want to find Nyala in shop. Let's take another avocado. We roll, roly-poly. Find another pelican. Again, the polar bear existing in this team is very odd. Really unfortunate level up. So I would say this was probably attempt. Look at the lizard tail, dude. I would estimate that this is attempt number 40, 50-ish. And it just, I really wish that I had got a win with just a big surgeonfish, a big boar, and it was simple, but it didn't happen. Level, stego, that'll help us. And now we've kind of cooked. We've set up like kind of nicely, if I'm being honest. That, whatever we swap the lizard onto is going to help us a lot. We don't have our synergy, but we do have a good team. Really oh my, did you see all the lizard tails go flying? Luckily, we still draw. We're now entering turn 10. No health lost, and we're close to being able to pivot into what we need. Yep, Stego can stick. And now things are getting kind of juicy. We'll wait one more round to get our buff here. Oh, and now we're going to see a little bit of pop. Just wait. Ignore, the tiger onion doesn't make sense yet. Don't stress. By the way, my positioning was terrible there. Like, the tiger's helping it to summon another lizard tail, and one of them was going flying every time. I'm stupid. We've come to expect this. Okay. Let the swapping begin. I decided to go big tiger. Why? Because it's got an onion on it. I want it to be able to absorb a snipe and keep going. So, how do we go from here? There's the boar. You love to see it? Now the boar can go to the back, and now you're starting to see it, right? Tiger will help the Nyala gain extra trumpets. And then it'll help the boar charge up. But there's one problem. Are you seeing it? I don't have the surgeonfish yet. So I literally had a thought at this point while I was playing. Why am I doing so much better than normal? Why does this run feel easy? Oh, it's because I don't have the surgeonfish in my team. Oh, I'm so dumb, man. I'm so stupid sometimes. So now I'm like, I might be on 8 wins after this round. I need a surgeonfish, and luckily I get it. So it's been a journey at this point. Now look at this team is cracked. It's like the Meta Express. And we almost beat it. We almost win. However, first health lost. I need to build up this surgeonfish. I'd like it at least level 2. At level 1, it gives 6 health before attack. At level 2, it gives 12 health before attack, and it's helping our boar really charge up. Jump to the back. Yeah, look at that. Oh, 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 oh. Excuse me. God, you love to see a boar in action, don't you? Stay here. I really want the surgeonfish level up. We get a boar level up. That's not bad. And now, look at this. It's only level 1. It's only level 1, but it's going to do good things for the boar. This team's really interesting. Unfortunately, we don't get to see the synergy in action because it wipes our team. The math is good. The trumpets are good. That's a win. So now... Let me pause. Let me pause before this final one. It would have been great to get this to level 2 or 3. Which I did 30 times and the team was too weak. So at least just be happy that we have a surgeonfish. And what I was doing often in the previous runs was putting a 1-up on the surgeonfish to guarantee it's getting 2 triggers onto the boar. So I do that. Can you see the problem? What's the problem with my team? I have a level 2 stego ready to give 30-30 worth of stats to nothing. And I actually didn't even notice this until I went and looked at the replay just before I started recording. And I was really hoping that I lost this round so I could get another go. Okay, we're in. I'm going to pause. And let's go slow. The stego has nothing to hit. We generate our trumpets. Tiger jumps to the back. Yep, so now the tiger's behind the boar. And this ox is ready to murk us, but watch this. Take some trumpets. In total, we get 12 health. Which is enough to stay alive. Yes. And you might be like, oh, you were probably winning anyway. Nah, man. We got to see the synergy. We're taking it. It's a win. And look, I don't think I'm done with the surgeonfish. But after like 40 or 50 attempts, I wanted to bring to you a run where I got the synergy I was after. We made some stupid plays along the way. And hey, we had a good time, man. Should I post more surgeonfish content coming soon? I don't know. Let's see. All right, have a good day anyway, people. Peace.